Hello, I'm Stephen Cooley, and welcome to the Stephen Cooley Real Estate Show. It's glad to have everybody back watching the show today, and it's an honor to have Landon back on the show. As everyone knows, Landon's a reoccurring guest on the Stephen Cooley Real Estate Show. He's one of the top agents here on our team, helping buyers and sellers in North Carolina and South Carolina. And today, I want to talk about, Landon, because we were discussing this yesterday in a business meeting, is what interest rates actually mean to current people buying and selling real estate. It's the number one factor, and we just forget about that. So I'd just love to talk about what interest rates means in the home buying process.
Absolutely. First of all, thanks so much for having me back on the show.
You're welcome.
I love this topic of interest rates because it's such a huge part of what affects buyers and sellers in today's market and affordability. The first thing I'd like to hit on is a lot of people don't understand what it means when an interest rate goes from, say, 4 to 3%, or when it changes about 1%. And what a 1% change in an interest rate means is a 10% change in your purchasing power, which is huge.
It's absolutely huge. It's $50,000 on a $450,000, $500,000 house.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's wonderful. So when I got into business in 1989, I was told that interest rates just dropped from 15% to 12.5%, and that I should run out and buy a home, which I did, before interest rates went back up to 15%.
I can't relate, and I'm glad.
I know, so that was 1989.
Yep. In 1989, the average home price was about $100,000, but the average interest rate was 12%, which is outrageous.
Absolutely.
Today, and what that means, the difference really is today's average home price is about $250,000 in our area, but the average interest rate is in the low to mid 3%. And so where your $100,000 house in 1989, which is when you started in the business, at 12% interest would cost you about $1,000 per month.
That's exactly right. The house I bought was around $100,000, and my payment was over $1,000 a month.
Crazy.
In 1989, and my wife was a school teacher, and she made $17,000 a year.
Yeah, it's crazy. And today, for a $250,000 house,
which is the medium price point.
Correct. So similar house at about 3.5% interest, you're also going to pay a little over $1,000 a month, which is crazy.
Yeah, and so back then we made so little, for household income.
Oh yeah.
That the house payment took up most of what we made.
Absolutely. Yeah, back in 1989, the average or the median income in our area was under $30,000. Now it's over $60,000. So our wages have doubled. We can buy the same house for the same monthly payment.
Yeah, so my payment was $1,000 a month, and it took over 30% of our income. Yeah. And now the average house, which is $230,000, payment still $1,000 a month.
Takes significantly less.
Yeah, it's taking less than 10% of household income.
Absolutely, which is just huge.
Yeah, and that's the difference in low interest rates and high interest rates. And if you talk to someone who's in their 50s, their first home, they probably bought a home over 15%. Interest rates went up in the 80s to over 20%.
It's crazy.
And people still bought homes.
Yes. Yep, and now we're really fortunate to be, we've just recently last year over 4% gone to in the mid to low 3%, which is crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. If you go back and ask your parents or your grandparents what was their first home like, most of those homes is what we call little mill village houses now, but they were little 2-bedroom, 1-bath homes, little shotgun houses, maybe 800, 1,000 square feet. Go back and ask your parents or grandparents how big their home was. And now, two 25-year-olds who get married, they're buying a 2,000 or 3,000 square foot home with 3 and 4 bathrooms.
And a beautiful master bedroom with a living room and a beautiful master bathroom.
And the reason is interest rates.
Yep.
That's
Absolutely.
the only reason they're not buying a 2-bedroom, 1-bath shotgun house that's built in the 1940s is because of interest rates.
Yep. Absolutely.
And that is incredible. And we just saw them drop to historical lows, 3.5 or below in the last week.
Absolutely.
And so this is the time, if nothing else, this is the time to lock in a 30-year mortgage rate.
Yep.
So no matter what rates do, for the next 30 years, you're locked in at 3.5% or less.
Absolutely.
And so that's the crazy part. Adjustable rates rides the market. It'd be crazy to get one of those right now. But if you can lock in 3.5 and for 30 years, Even if you want to move on, rent the house out
And your
keep
payment will
that.
never change.
Your payment will never change on that home.
Huge.
Incredible. Great information, Landon. We've got beautiful homes on today's show. Tell folks how to reach you if they want to talk about buying or selling real estate in North or South Carolina.
Absolutely. You can reach me at my cell phone, which is 803-818-1895, or my email, which is landon@stephencooley.com.
Great information, Landon. Thanks for being on the show.
Thanks
We've
so
got
much.
beautiful homes for sale in your area. Please stay tuned, and we'll be right back. I hope you've enjoyed watching the Stephen Cooley Real Estate Show. If you're interested in advertising your business on the program, please give us a call at 803-326-2777. Join us next week for more discussions on real estate topics and help in finding your perfect home. Thanks for watching.